explode. Chuckles, the great-tasting, chewy fruit candy. Fun to eat, fun to share. When you're at the candy counter, pick up some Chuckles candy. Aveeno skincare products with natural oatmeal. Aveeno soothing therapy for your skin. Ex-Lax offers a gentle alternative. Extra gentle pills for regular people who sometimes aren't. Use only as directed. VA Shower Gel is an all-in-one cleanser and conditioner, so it doesn't strip your skin dry like soap can. Feel the difference of VA, and you may never shower with soap again.
This is a KMGH 7 news break.
Hello. The countdown is underway tonight in New York as the Democrats get ready to kick off their convention. Tonight at 5, we begin our live convention coverage from Madison Square Garden. Prayers are going out to Pope John Paul II. He's in the hospital with a stomach problem. We'll have the latest. And there's a flash flood watch in effect for the southwestern part of the state. The forecast at 5. We'll see you then.
At Colorado 7 News, we know how time flies. You've got lots to do in this fabulous place we call home. When it's time for news, count on Colorado 7 News with Ernie B. Ortman, Bertha Lynn, John Keating, and meteorologist Cliff Morris. Don't let time pass you by. Get all the news you need when every second counts. Count on Colorado 7 News at 5 and 10, weeknights. Live reports from the Democratic Convention with Bertha Lynn at 5.
Bill Clinton and the Democrats sweep into New York on the eve of their national convention. And Pope John Paul II enters a Rome hospital for tests. This is the CBS Evening News. Tonight from New York's Madison Square Garden, site of the 1992 Democratic Convention. And this is Bob Schieffer reporting, sitting in tonight for Connie Chung. Good evening. Even though he demolished his primary opponents, Bill Clinton seemed beset with bad news through most of this campaign year. But now suddenly on the eve of the Democrats nominating convention here, he is finding good news everywhere, all in one weekend. Clinton got a little boost in the polls. Jesse Jackson finally said he intended to vote Democratic, and Ross Perot stubbed his toe with an embarrassing gaffe at yesterday's NAACP convention. So the Clinton team roared into New York this weekend full of new energy and for the first time, real optimism. Richard Threlkeld reports.
The last time the Clintons spent time in New York was this spring's rough-and-tumble New York primary. But now the nomination's in hand, and today after church, the Clintons looked like they were actually enjoying themselves. And why not? Last night on his cable TV show, Jesse Jackson finally endorsed the ticket, albeit reluctantly.
I have decided to vote for Bill Clinton and Al Gore, but to win, Democrats must inspire those who have yet to decide with more inclusive strategies and a broader vision.
And New York Governor Mario Cuomo, who has also been a reluctant convert to the Clinton cause, sounded today like a true believer.
The best candidate since Kennedy. I mean, what more would you need to be a good candidate? He's very smart. He's very experienced.
While they're tidying up the hole for tomorrow, the party leaders are preparing to spend the week making true believers of all the delegates.
They love this ticket because we Democrats are tired of losing presidential elections. We don't intend to lose in November.
They hope to use the next 4 nights of TV coverage to get America to stop, look, and listen to Bill Clinton.
He's the leader of his party. He's going to be the leader of this convention. In many ways, the way he leads the convention, he would hope to give examples of the way he would lead the country.
Clinton knows his acceptance speech on Thursday night must be the speech of his life. He's still writing it, but you could get a sense of his direction today from his running mate.
And Governor Clinton and I are doing our very best to present a clear choice to the American people so that we can, as a nation, break out of this rut that we have gotten into and start moving forward again. I think that's what it's all about.
4 years ago, George Bush turned his campaign around with his 1,000 points of light speech at the Republican convention. This year, here in New York, Bill Clinton will have to do at least as well. Bob?
Thank you, Dick. As for the CBS News New York Times poll released tonight, the bottom line is that at this point it is anyone's election. So why are the Clinton people so happy? Well, Bill Plante's on the floor of the Garden with the answer to that. Bill?
Well, Bob, chalk it up to a three-way race or to the very strange politics of this very strange presidential year. But voters are taking a closer look at the candidates earlier than they did 4 years ago. And that translates into bad news for Perot, good news for Bill Clinton as people take a second look.
If the presidential election were being held today, would you vote for George Bush, Bill Clinton, or Ross Perot?
The president holds a slight lead over Clinton in a three-way race, but Perot has slipped into a distant third, exchanging places with Clinton, who was in that same spot 3 weeks ago. In a two-man race without Perot, Bush and Clinton are dead even. Clinton now scores well with Democrats, blacks, moderates, and liberals. He is competitive in the South and clearly behind only in the West. Most of this survey was completed after Clinton chose Al Gore as his running mate, though the announcement may have been too recent to be a factor in people's responses. President Bush's approval rating stands at 36% overall, essentially unchanged. But favorable views of Clinton have risen among all voters, even as unfavorable opinions of Perot have increased over the same three-week period.
As far as Perot is concerned, I feel uncomfortable because I don't understand what his issues are, what his platform is.
Perot gets low marks on the issues, while the president, and especially Clinton, are doing better.
I think the waffling at the beginning did weaken his position, in my opinion. But he seems to be, we'll see. We're going to hear more about the issues, I hope, this week.
Clinton and Perot do well, but not as well as the president, when voters are asked if the candidates share their moral values. 2/3 of those we asked feel Clinton is mostly telling the truth, but still hiding something about his personal life. Even so, most feel that they have no need to know about it. Now, if you ask the question straight out, who are you going to vote for, the majority of people still say the president. But it's a smaller majority than in May. So forget the actual numbers. It's the trend that's important, and that's good news for Bill Clinton, bad news for the president and Ross Perot. Bob?
All right, thank you, Bill. The official proceedings at a convention take place here, of course, inside the hall.